of our Pixels and Bricks Magic series. I'm Tristan.
And I'm Derek.
And this is going to be a 4-part series. We're going to do Crack a Pack, or Crack a Box, and then we're going to build a deck out of it.
And then we will play test that deck. And then we're going to do some modifications, tweaking, and then after that, play test again.
So we have a Battle for Zendikar box, which has been out for not quite a month so far, but it's a sweet set. There's a bunch of sweet cards, and we're going to hopefully build a sweet deck out of it. All right, let's do this. So this is my second box of Battle, and I think it's Derek's first of many.
Yes.
Derek's buying a case.
There's a case on the way.
Oh, it's so pretty. All right, we're going to get it all official. Maybe.
So gentle.
All right, do you want to do them in the box, or do you want to take them out?
Let's split the packs in half.
Okay. This way.
Sure.
Okay, so you'll get, there's 32 packs, I think?
36.
36 packs, so you'll get some, we'll work on those when we get them.
All right.
Why don't you start?
All right.
Let's start with the top.
First pack here.
I'll separate this.
The pack is not wanting to
Come on,
open.
we got 35 more to go.
All right, so a Brilliant Spectrum.
Just skip over the comments. No comments.
We can read over them the first time. Altars Reap. Call the Scions. Outnumber.
That card's been doing wonders for me in draft.
Outnumber is a fun card.
It deals damage equal to a target creature equal to the number of creatures you control at instant speed for 1 red. It's really splashable and just a hell of a card.
Angelic Gift. Good if you want to give a creature flying and draw a card for relatively cheap. Demon's Grasp. Skyline Cascade. Eldrazi Sky Spawner.
It's a nice generator.
Getting those Scions out. Ruin Processor. Bone Splinters.
That's a heck of a card. I'm really happy they reprinted that. It doesn't see any standard play, but in sealed and in draft, it's a hell of a card. In mono black or red black, I've used it with the card Turn Against, which lets you take a card from your opponent and just sack it and destroy a creature. It's a really versatile card, and it's for 1 black.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, on to the uncommons. Vampiric Rites. It's an enchantment. Drawing a card and gaining life at the cost of sacrificing creatures. Angel of Renewal. Retreat to Hagra. Landfall card there.
Ooh, Prairie
And
Stream.
The rare is the Prairie Stream.
So that plants a seed in white-blue, maybe? Let's leave that up. It's worth more than $1.
What are they going for? 8, 9 now? At the moment?
Last I saw, they were at like 8 or 9, but that was a couple days ago. And because it's still pretty recent, I haven't seen much.
Right.
I'm sorry, I haven't seen them recently. They fluctuate. Some of them went up, some of them went down because Pro Tour was this weekend.
Right.
So Prairie Stream was played in the Jeskai deck, which took 2nd at Pro Tour and 4th at Pro Tour. So it's a big card right now.
Right. And then, of course, the 4 Plains and the Eldrazi Scion token.
Woo, tokens. All right, so we're going to open this one with Veteran War Leader on the front.
Before you get into that pack, I would just like to make a quick comment here. I've said this at some of our store events, but let's just take a second and appreciate in this set right here how they have scaled back the tip cards and given us a lot more tokens.
They have. I've enjoyed that for draft because I just don't have tokens on hand all the time. So it's really nice that they just give us the tokens. And tip cards are junk. All right, so we have Tajiri Stalwart, Incubator Drone. I like this card in sealed quite a bit. Culling Drone, Seek the Wilds, Lava Step Raider, Cliffside Lookout, Smite the Monstrous, a heck of a card in draft and sealed. Kozilek's Channeler, the Soul Ring on a stick, Vestige of Emrakul, Courier Griffin, and now we're into our uncommons. We got a Catacomb Sifter, Core Blade Whirl, one of the best uncommons in the set in my opinion. Giving first strike and a 2/2 for 2. It has Rally. When it or another ally enters the battlefield under your control, creatures you control get first strike till end of turn. and Dampening Pulse. Creatures you control, your opponents control, get -1/-0. It's all right. And our first rare is Nissa's Renewal, or my first rare is Nissa's Renewal. It's all right. And we have another Plains and another Scion.
All right.
That's a pretty Plains.
Yeah. Why do my packs never want to open?
So in terms of our deck building, I'm going to go through everything, and Derek might even help, because Derek's a good guy like that.
Thank you.
We're going to build a deck out of it. Hopefully, we'll crack some good stuff and be able to use as much of it as we can. We're not going to make it a meta deck, so we're not going to just make a deck that other people have tried. We're going to try to make a new style of deck, or a new type of deck.
Alright, so we're going to skip our commons and uncommons here and go to the rare. Another one of those. I'm going to stop for a second. No, that's not the card I was thinking of. Ulamog's Reclaimer, decent card, but...
Ooh, Sovereign. This card, I remember this card from when I was playing Zendikar, the original Zendikar. This was a mythic. They downgraded it to a rare. It's a hell of a card in EDH. If you have 40 or more life at the beginning of your upkeep, you win the game. Any win the game cards, I love. I just love winning the game.
I just think it's strange that they haven't, changed the rules in EDH. Because, I mean, your starting life is 40, so that seems kind of an easy win. I mean, there's definitely ways around it. People can...
deal damage?
Yeah, deal damage quickly, but just seems like if your starting life is already at 40, they should amend that rule to EDH to make it, more than 20 over your starting life.
I think it also should be more than 20 over the starting life, even though I love the card in EDH. So I'm just going to hop right to the back where we have an Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger, which is the first Ulamog I've opened.
Interesting. Have you seen the new Ulamog?
I've seen the new Ulamog. It's right there. We have a Swamp and a Scion.
Bit of an in-store joke there. But
we have 3 great uncommons here. We have Grove Rumbler, Turn Against, and Retreat to Hagra, which are all uncommons that I've really liked. Grove Rumbler I was excited about before it even came out. I saw it, and... that's a heck of a draft card.
Alright.
So we got our first mythic, and we're pretty deep into or we're not very deep into this box. So, good flag.
Very good card right there. That's exciting.
That's exciting. It might be the cornerstone of our deck.
Yeah.
Let's see what we do.
Alright.
Another overrun aspect.
Yep. Skipping some of our commons there.
Whatever.
3 uncommons, Skitterskin, Royal's Retribution, and Windrider Patrol.
Nothing great there.
Nothing super fancy.
There seems to be
and then,
some really weird blue cards in this set.
Yeah. Our rare is Ugin's Insight.
Speak of the devil.
Yeah.
Scry X, where X is the highest CMC among permanents you control, and then draw 3 cards for 5.
So that would be fantastic. I feel like if we decide to go the blue route, we could use this with Ulamog, and that would allow us to scry 10.
It would.
And then draw 3. So it's kind of situational, depends on what your board state is, if you have high CMC creatures or not. Could be a really good card, it could be just kind of a meh card.
I feel like what it was printed for was Control, because Control has all those high CMC creatures towards the end of the game.
Yep.
So it might be used as a finisher, or trying to find one more card. So I've got a Silumgar out, and I need to scry 6 and draw 3. It's at sorcery speed, and I want to be doing stuff on my opponent's turn. So I'm split on that card. All right, let's get to our next pack. I'm going to just skip all the way through to our Brood Butcher, which doesn't even... Just let's go to the next pack. That makes me sad.
Not happy with the Brood Butcher?
I thought it would be good the first time I read it, but having to sack a creature and pay mana to give a creature -2/-2 till end of turn just isn't worth it.
Yeah, seems like a high cost for not that much of a
5,
benefit.
yeah. Also in green and red, or green and black, there's so many better cards.
Okay, so my rare is Scatter to the Winds, which is a fantastic counterspell in this set.
All blue-white.
Yeah. I must just have a thing for blue and white. But, yeah, it's a counter spell for C3 CMC. No conditions or anything, which is nice. and it has the extra awakening cost where you can counter someone's spell and then give yourself a land creature. So, not bad.
I play 4 of them. Yeah, I play 4 of them in my control deck because I like the additional awaken cost or the awaken ability rather than just a counter spell or a cancel. Being able to awaken later game is really nice. Whereas cancel kind of curves off towards turn 5 or 6. All right, let's go with our next pack. Stone Fury is a hell of a draft card. So is Smite the Monstrous. We have a Chasm Guide, a Keydrawn Archive, a Blighted Step, and a Radiant Flames. Radiant Flames, I guess there's some hype about it. I don't really see it. Kills tokens in 3 colors. It's alright. Deals X damage to each creature, where X is the number of colors of mana spent to cast it. It's alright. It saw some play in the Pro Tour in a Jeskai deck. Being able to deal 3 damage to every creature was good, but it's real situational.
And it's a sorcery again.
Again, sorcery speed. If both Radiant Flames and Ugin's Insight were instant speed, I'd be much happier. Let's see what we got in this pack.
Yep. Moving on to the next pack. Some commons here that we probably have seen a million times before and don't care about. A couple uncommons. And our rare is Fathom Feeder. It's Devoid, Death Touch, 1/1 for 2, and it has Ingest. And then it's got an ability where you can pay 5 to draw a card, and each opponent exiles the top card. So, not bad. Not bad at all.
Not bad at all. I'm just going to separate these into what you opened and what I opened so we can see who did better.
Sure.
I opened the Renewal and you opened the Stream.
Alright, so a fancy foil, Evolving Wilds, and a forest and a token.
Is that an Octopus token?
That was, I think, an Octopus token, yes.
A little 8/8 Octopus token. Alright, so I just flipped right to the back. We have an Ally Encampment. It's an Ally Encampment, but we also have a Foil Mountain, which I'm really excited about.
The foil floor arts are worth a decent bit.
I think that's at 7 right now. Actually, the new ones might be even higher.
6, 7, 8.
6, 7, 8.
So
So we're going to sleeve that up, and I'll put that in my pool. And we have one of my favorite cards in the set, just for the name. It's Slab Hammer. Just love the name Slab Hammer.
I'm working on the new Omnath, Focus of Rage EDH deck.
Pull it on now.
A bunch of landfall, and Slab Hammer is going to be a cool card in that.
Nice. I love the name. The word slab just makes me giddy.
Alright, so my next pack, stack of commons, uncommons, and my rare is the Lumbering Falls. So it's green and blue land, and then it can become a 3/3 green and blue elemental creature with hexproof.
I like how they went back to the lands become things system that they did in Worldwake, but I want my Raging Ravine back and all of those good things back. And they're due for a reprint, but I agree that they don't deserve a reprint for Standard. I got a Goldraz Overseer. It's one of the monocolored landfall cards. Whenever you play a swamp, all your creatures get +2/+0. Whenever you play a land, all your creatures get +1/+0. It's a 3/4 with flying. And a full art swamp. Go ahead.
Okay. The rare in this pack is the Aligned Hedron Network.
EDH.
All the way. It enters the battlefield, exile all creatures with power 5 or greater until Aligned Hedron Network leaves the battlefield.
Cool.
So, some fun stuff right there.
Alright, so I'm gonna just boop, boop, boop. Drowner of Hope. 2 misses in a row. When it enters the battlefield, you put 2 1/1 colorless Eldrazi Scions onto the battlefield, and you sack a Scion to tap target creature. It's a 5/5 for 6. I don't like the blue in this set. I just am biased against blue, but I don't like the blue in this set.
My next rare is the Shrine of the Forsaken Gods. Another rare land. The rarer lands really like me, I guess.
Yeah, they do. You got 3 of them.
Yeah, so far. Tap it to add 1 colorless. Tap it to add 2 colorless, but that can only be spent to cast colorless spells. And then you can only activate that second ability if you control 7 or more lands.
I think that my Foil Mountain has now met the value of all 3 of your lands. your Prairie Stream being most of that value. Lumbering Falls has been lower than I expected it to be. Although green-blue isn't really a thing right now in Standard. And, I mean, you have the World Wake ones in Modern, so... it's my least favorite card in the set, but it's a heck of a card in Draft. Blight Herder. I don't know why it's my least favorite. It was one of the first rares I opened, so it should have some sentimental value, but I just hate this card. When you cast it, you may put 2 cards in your opponent's... It's a processor, so it processes 2 cards, and then you put 3 Scions onto the battlefield. It's good in... Just throw that wrapper on the floor.
Keep reading your card.
It's good, but I don't like it. That's not going in the deck, even if it fits in the deck. Just because I don't like it.
Tristan's personal preferences.
Yep, they matter.
If anybody has a comment on why that's an awesome card in a deck,
I'll cut you.
or we could not be violent. Anyway, the rare in my next pack, moving on, is the
Prism Array.
Prism Array.
My second least favorite
Yeah,
card.
I'm not a huge fan of the Converge mechanic, but that's, again, my personal preferences. I don't like playing, like, multicolor decks. 2, possibly 3 colors, but in order to get any kind of value out of this card, you have to be playing a 5-color deck. So
4 colors maybe, but to use its last ability, which is Scry, 3 for 1 of the rainbow.
yeah, not a fan.
Not a fan. Okay, we've kind of hit a little slump. We started out pretty cool with the Prairie Stream and the Ulamog. Let's see if we can get back on that track. And I think I'm going to go through it the front way. Go in the front door this time. Nope, we missed. Defiant Bloodlord. I like it in the Black-White Ally deck for Draft. Black-White Life Gain is a type that I really like in Draft, and I like to force in Draft, which a lot of people at Pixels and Bricks have picked up on, so I can't force white-black anymore, but I like it. It's a flying 4/5. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life, and then you run that with Kalstria Healer and Drana's Emissary, which both drain for 1. So you hit for 2 and gain 1 with that out, and it's just a 4/5 flyer.
Yep. So, pretty decent card there.
See if you can pull better. There's that Emissary.
Pull better. Oh, I think I might have beat you.
I think you might have beat me with a card behind
Maybe.
that Undergrowth Champion.
The Undergrowth Champion I'm kind of excited about, though. It's...
I'm getting the sleeve ready.
Yeah. It has a bit of dollar value to it, last time I checked. If a damage would be dealt to Undergrowth Champion while it has a 1/1 counter on it, prevent that damage, and then remove a single 1/1 counter from the champion. And then landfall, whenever land enters, put a 1/1 counter on it. So this thing can be pretty hard to get rid of.
That, and there's another green card that looks just like it. And I always get them mixed up. That card is the green card that I liked from the set.
Yes.
I didn't like it much else. Let's see what's behind it, though.
Alright, so this is going to go
Oh,
in
I thought we had the XP.
And then a foil Jetty offshoot.
Disappointing. Although, the Undergrowth Champion, I think,
Actually,
pushes you
an uncommon.
a little farther towards my stack. I thought that he definitely had an expedition there. I saw the foil. I got all hyped. I got the sleeve ready. I was wrong. Silent Skimmer is one of my favorite cards in the set in terms of commons. It's 4 mana, 3 and a black, devoid flying. When it attacks, defending player loses 2 life. So it's just an instant 2 damage. It's a 0/4, so it can block pretty well. It's the only 0 mana. It's the only 0 power card that I've seen that I frequently attack with. Alright. Okay. Forerunner of Slaughter is my favorite uncommon in the set. Hardest card to play, because the colorless deck likes to be like blue and something, and usually not red and black. So blue, red, black is a little hard to do. But Forerunner of Slaughter is a really nice card. It's a 3/2, devoid, target colorless creature gains haste until the end of the turn. We have a Munda Ambush Leader, leader of the allies. Haste 3/4. Go ahead and open your pack while I read this.
Working on it.
Rally. Whenever Munda, Ambush Leader, or another ally enters the battlefield under your control, look at the top 4 cards of your library. If you do, reveal any number of ally cards from among them, then put those cards in the top of your library in any order, and the rest on the bottom in any order. So, finds other allies, which is what allies do. And a swamp. And it's in red-white, and a red-white allies deck is my jam. And we have the ally encampment to follow it.
Woohoo!
To the
All
right.
right, some commons.
Oh, I can't believe we hit
Obviously.
3.
Some uncommons. Resolute Blade Master. I like this card.
That card can finish a game. That card with Munda.
Yes.
So we've got a pretty solid red-white start here. We might have another one of those.
Pretty great uncommon. Whenever it or another ally enters the battlefield, all of your creatures gain double strike until end of turn. And double strike is probably one of my, and I'm sure a lot of other people's, favorite abilities, mechanics, whatever you want to call it. Ruination Guide is the other uncommon. And then the rare here is Exert Influence. Converge, gain control of target creature if its power is less than or equal to the number of colors of mana spent to cast this. Again, not a huge fan of Converge. I could maybe take control of something power 3, 2, or less in just the type of decks that I typically build. But situational, I suppose.
I think that John Finkel played one of these, I think in the sideboard, might have been in the main board. I saw his main board, the time that it was in the main board, in his Jeskai Black deck, which is 4 colors. And he took I don't think he took a Rhino, but he took something really nice with it and just turned the whole game on its head. So I have a little more respect for it, just because John Finkel played it.
Nice.
I think we're about at the halfway point. I think I'm leading in the money value. We have a foil Prism Array and a normal Dragon Master Outcast. So, another Mythic. So I have 2 Mythics, he has 1. But it's an okay Mythic. I'm happy that we got reprints from Zendikar and Worldwake, but it's just Dragon Master Outcast. I mean, really, who plays it? Prism Array, foil, is the worst foil ever. Ever in the history of Magic. Would rather a foil poop.
Now tell us how you really feel.
I mean, it's a foil rare. I want other good foil rares. This is Prism Array, the one that costs 5 to scry 3.
Yep, that one. We've seen that one before.
Yeah, we have. You have one too. But I have a shiny one.
Oh, well,
With nothing. Why don't we see what you got so I can
Alright.
stop being sad about this one.
sure. Bunch of commons. I was looking through this pack while Tristan was finishing up talking about his. I'm sure we've opened a ton of these and just skipped over them because they're commons. But I like the Benthic Infiltrator. Just-
Benthic.
That's what I said, I
know.
think.
It's just a funny word.
Benthic Infiltrator. It is a common. I like it because it's a 1/4, so it can block. But it has ingest, so that's good for, exiling, milling your opponent. And it can't be blocked. So I just like cards like that. So they're open to pumping them up, or just getting in there and doing a little bit of annoying damage. Uncommons. Ruination Guide. I like this card. Other colorless creatures get +1/+0. It can just be annoying for your opponent. And then the rare here is a Wasteland Strangler.
So we can just go to the next pack.
I guess so.
Yeah, that card's nothing. It's a processor that gives a creature -3/-3 till end of turn.
Yep.
Pretty meh.
Nothing
I pulled a
special.
Noyandar Royal Shaper, Derek.
Hey, I was looking for one of those.
We play a sealed league. Go ahead and open your pack. We play a sealed league here at the shop. And Derek opened a pretty solid blue-white land deck. Which is weird, but it uses the Awaken ability, and he was trying to find a Noyandar, so there's your Noyandar.
Yep. Too bad I can't use that in our sealed league.
Nope. I think Star City Games did an EDH thing where one guy was running Noyandar.
Yep. So skipping past the commons, I didn't see anything useful in there. Uncommon here, Breaker of Armies. Just a big, strong Eldrazi that makes everything block it if they're able to, so that's kind of fun. And then my rare is the Woodland Wanderer.
That's the card that I get confused with Undergrowth Champion.
Yeah, this one's also pretty good. Vigilance and Trample. Well, this wasn't actually, maybe not the one I was thinking of, but Vigilance, Trample, which is nice, and then again that Converge enters with a +1/+1 counter for each color of mana. So he can potentially be a 6/6 for 4, Vigilance and Trample.
I got a Prairie Stream. We tied on Prairie Streams. We're up. Nothing else in the pack was any good.
Nothing.
Maybe the Mist Intruder was okay, but beyond that, I was so meh on that pack. So we've got 9 packs
Nothing.
left and like 4 minutes left in this video, so.
Nothing useful there. Serpentine Spike
Ew.
is our rare. 2 damage to target creature, 3 to another creature, and 4 to a third creature. And then exile if any of them die, I believe.
Beep, beep, beep.
Moving on.
We have my favorite mountain. That's my favorite mountain that was printed in this set. And I like red, and I play red in standard, so I'm happy about that. Alright, I got a Smothering Abomination, and a foiled Ghostly Sentinel, and an island, and nothing.
Okay. I've got something interesting in this pack. So the rare is the Sunken Hollow.
Ooh.
That's the black-blue dual land that enters tapped unless you control 2 or more basic lands.
Alright, we're in the home stretch here. Let's see if we can get some more good stuff. March from the Tomb. I said good stuff, not mediocre stuff. We did get another one of my favorite mountains. So, personally, I'm happy. Deck building wise, I'm a little scared. This will probably have quite a few commons uncommons in it.
Okay. Oh, I see. So the rare here is the Angelic Captain. I'm kind of excited about this. It goes with that other ally that gives double strike.
Red-white allies is looking
red,
really strong.
Red-white allies. Whenever this creature attacks, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each other attacking ally, which helps it out because it's a flyer. And then a foil Breaker of Armies, kind of cool. And then that's it for that pack.
Alright. Lantern Scout. This is another card that goes in the Red-White Ally deck. So Red-White Allies is looking like what we build. Maybe I'll splash some black for this March from the Tomb, and the Defiant Bloodlord, and of course Kalstria Healer, and the card that drains for one that I can't remember the name of. We'll probably find one soon.
Yeah.
So red, white, black allies might be our deck, but we'll see.
Mythic here. Green Warden of Marasa.
That's the other.
That's the
card.
other one that I was confusing with the Undergrowth Champion. Enters the battlefield, return target card from your graveyard to your hand, and then
Looks
when this
insane.
dies, you can exile it to do the same thing again. Return target card from graveyard to hand.
They look super similar. Two green. They're both elementals. They're both mythics. So, yeah.
Cool.
Got 3 packs left. I always get my best pack luck towards the end. We got a Kiora Master of Depths. Speak of the Devil. Let's keep going.
That's something good
That's something real good. But probably won't get played because it's not
in our colors.
in our colors. It does look a little miscolored.
Alright, so here's the card that I pulled in my sealed league. Planar Outburst. White card, destroy all non-land creatures, and you can awaken it.
Alright, last pack. Let's get that XP. Duststalker! Not an expedition, but goes into the deck. So, we'll be back with episode 2, which will be a deck build. We'll have most of the deck put out, but we'll show you what we got. And then episode 3 will be deck building. We'll be playtesting, and episode 4 will be try again and playtest again. So thanks for watching.